Hello, Facebook. This is day 2 of the MLA challenge. I'm really excited. I'm actually doing it this time. I don't love doing lives every day, but that's a challenge for me. So I am challenging myself to do a live every single day here, and I'm excited to hop on here. But I first want to say that yes, I just got done with the gym. I just got out of the shower. I am rocking today. I feel awesome. So hop on here. Let's get some people on here. Say hello. Number one, if you're hopping in live, you know the drill. You know the drill. It's hashtag live. Where are you hopping on from? Whoop, whoop. Excited to see you all. Hello, Monica. Hello, Jennifer. Solomon, hello. Today was a little bit rainy. I always talk about the weather because we've had a crazy year. We had a crazy year with cold. We had a crazy year with snow up until May. So welcome to Minnesota. And I got my little fade going, still there. Got to get touched up pretty soon. Hi from New Jersey. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Angela. So do you allow people to walk all over you? This is a big one, especially in business, because I think sometimes when you have a big team or you just get started, you will allow certain behaviors because you want to grow and you want to be exploding your business. So those little things that can start out in the beginning end up being big monsters. So if you have a team of little monsters, I'm going to help you, and don't worry, you can turn it around really quick. I come to you with this because I used to do these things and I was a little monster. So don't worry, I'm right there too. I was a little monster and I used to be reactive. So it's okay if you are the monster, and if you're somebody who's like, I don't like my team, I don't know what to do. So if you don't like your team, or if you have created a team of monsters, it's okay. I'm gonna help you because I've been on both ends of this, and I know because I used to be a big pushover. I thought I had to let people talk to me a certain way, or I was afraid to approach people. That's another thing, is when we're building teams, some people can be scary to us. Let's be honest, there's people who you know are not gonna handle anything you say well. They are going to blame you. They are going to maybe react. They are going to say they're gonna quit. And you're like, don't quit, don't leave, I'll be nice to you, I'll give you presents and I have treats. Don't be that person, because it never works out. And what happens is when they know they can walk all over you, they're gonna always do it, and they're gonna do it at the worst times. When you're down or when you really need them to step up as a leader, they're not going to, because all they know is that all they have to do is beat you down a little bit, and you're gonna allow that behavior, okay? So if you're somebody who is a pushover or somebody who feels beat up, put a 1 down. I wanna know, put a 1 down. I feel beat up, Shiloh. I let people talk to me badly. You know, maybe in life too. Could be in life too, but if this is in your team, you allow those little monsters to get you, put a 1 up there. That's okay. I've been on both sides. I get it. I know. If you are, or you feel you could be a little monster, do you react a lot? Do you tend to blame, or you get really upset quick and you'll message right away? And that, you know what? This is learning. This is growth. Just don't be ashamed. Put the ego away right now, because that's your ego talking. If you're a 2, if you're a little monster, put a little monster emoji. It's okay. Put a little monster emoji, because we've all been those people. I used to get so worked up because I'd work so hard, and I'd be like, I can't believe this is happening. And then all of a sudden it feels like the end of the world, right? It feels like the end of the world because something didn't go your way. Oh, a customer order didn't go through, or you missed something at the very last minute of the month. You're messaging your upline and you're just pissed. You're like, I can't believe this happened. Or it's the end of the month and your numbers are terrible. And you're like, every month it's like this. And you know what? Here's the thing. In my first company, that was me. Or I would have a couple glasses of wine and I'd react and I'd be like, I can't believe this, and blah, blah, blah. That was me. I was the monster. And then as I grew into a different company, I was coming out of that and be a little bit more mature, but I would have my moments where I would explode, or I would blame, you know, it must be because of this, and I can't believe it went this way, right? So if you're getting beat up, if you're somebody who's allowing the monsters, once again, put a 1. If you're catching the live, put a hashtag live. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. But if you are a little monster, I'm gonna help you, because no matter where you are, your upline is exhausted. they're wasting energy on you, and they're gonna give up on you. So here's what's gonna happen to the monsters. Okay, pretty soon your upline will stop responding to you. And I don't blame them. So if you're thinking they're just a terrible leader, they don't wanna work with me, I want you to step back for a minute and go, what did I do to make them not wanna respond to me? That's where you gotta come in and go, am I fun to work with? And here's what happened to me one time. I have reacted many times, and you're gonna be human and have those moments, but I had done it at a level where I was embarrassed of myself. Like if that was somebody that did it to me, I'm like, I would be really hurt. So what happened? I had uplines not respond to me. They only responded when I would say something positive or how I approach them. So if I'm like, hey, got a new custom order today, can you do this for me? Or would this be okay? Can we do this together? Always would respond. But if it was, what's going on here? And it was really aggressive, I wouldn't get an answer. So are you somebody who's not getting responses from your team? That's okay. I'm just challenging you today. So here's your challenge. If you are somebody who feels like everybody thinks I'm reactive, or everybody, people get mad at me, or people don't like talking to me anymore, that's because the way you're approaching the situations is very aggressive. Sometimes it's disrespectful, and I think you're not seeing it. A lot of the we all have, Lisa. It happens. We get mad, we want to say something, we're saying it, and then we realize, well, you don't want to be a Joan of Arc all the time. You don't always want to go martyr yourself and go in and fight everyone's battles. That was me too. I always wanted to fight every single battle, and you just can't. Sometimes sometimes silence is everything. And so if you're somebody who is challenged right now with a team, if it's one person or if it's a couple people, do you allow people to walk all over you? And this is something, because I used to be like, I'm so afraid because I know the response. So here's the challenge as a leader or in life. Number one, your response has to be better than their reaction. Meaning, if you're going to engage this person, which you should, the first step into handling these situations is handle them. Do not let it go by. So if you see disrespect, if you see things that continue to happen, you need to say, hey, and this has to be a private conversation, most likely on the phone, but if it's not on the phone, you need to write this well. If you are constantly communicating in text and messenger, this has to be a very thought out, calm, well-written response to, not anymore, that's my team isn't growing. Okay, so this has to be a well-written response saying, okay, I have to give you some feedback because I've noticed you've been really reactive in some of the messages lately. Are you doing okay? And I want to tell you that instead of approaching the situation that way, maybe you should approach it this way because I feel the tension starting and it's not going to be good. How can I help you? That means you're saying, I understand you are having something going on. You're clearly upset, but I want to know how I can help you. That is the response to take with somebody who may be a little reactive and clearly going through something. Because life is life. People are going to have bad days, right? Or something happened that made them react that way. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if that was the first thing and you've talked about it and you're good, great. The second time it happens, no more energy. You don't need to be in that conversation. They need to figure out for themselves, hey, that person hasn't reached out to me in a while. Hey, I'm not getting responses when I'm pissed off from this person. No, you're not. And there must be a reason. Let them figure that out. Your energy needs not be wasted anymore. Here's what I see people doing. They're constantly sugarcoating every conversation with people. Oh, I just want to make sure that that's okay. Don't do that. Say it straight to the point and end it. If this person, people, or thing, I've seen entire teams be like this. If you're walking on eggshells, if you're having to walk around the actual answer, you're creating a monster right now, and this monster is going to get so big, it's going to eat you. And now it took away your power. It doesn't respect you as a leader. It thinks it's the better leader. And it's not about that, but they're in this world where I'm going to be here when you haven't even created any competition, right? So if you're feeling this way, number one, the minute it happens, nip it in the bud. Think it out, a well-written or a nice conversation, ask them what's wrong and how can you help. If that was your first approach and this is happening 2 to 3 times, end it, no energy. Move on to people who want to give you respect, who want to work with you, and who are positive and excited. That's the people you work with. If you are sitting with your monsters, you are neglecting the people who are open, coachable, not blaming, not being crabby little pissy pantses, and not disrespecting your team. Like, this is the area you have to be really, really careful in, okay? Because you will end up hurting your whole team by allowing it in just one part of your team. You gotta stand up, and it's not fun sometimes. You're gonna get nasty responses. I will tell you, in my years here, I have heard everything thrown at me when people are mad at me. Everything. And that's part of it. That's not on me, though. If I was a jerk, that is on me. But if it wasn't on me, I don't take that on me. I'm like, okay, you're clearly reacting to something and I didn't say anything. You're taking that on yourself. There's both sides. If you're being a jerk, be a jerk and own it. But if you're not, that's on them. The 4 agreements. I want you to all grab that. If you have not read the 4 agreements, go get it. It's the Bible to life and how to handle situations, what to put your energy in, and be very careful, okay? Now, if you're a monster, here's what I've learned. The 4 agreements is great for you. So why do you have to work on reactions? Here's something that happened recently to me, and I know that I've grown up around it. So I used to be somebody who, if I saw bad behavior or other things, this is also on me, I would jump in and say something. And a lot of the times I would say it like, listen, you need to do this and I'm mom and I'm gonna tell you what to do. That doesn't fly well with anyone but somebody who's reactive. So my reactions would come out. The challenge is that when you see something that hasn't been addressed but needs to be addressed, I challenge you to take 3 deep breaths, walk away from it, put your phone down, even take a day off of it. Because you'll find that after the hour today, you're not as upset as you were that minute. And what I've learned is that if you can do that, you just showed your strength. Because no one needs you to be that person. You don't need to be powerful. You don't need to talk down to people. You can get mad, but walk away from it. Because you also want to create healthy relationships even with your monsters, because they're going to become your great leaders. A lot of times people are just trying to get ahead. They're drowning. And we have to remember that. So remember that these people are trying like you, and they're trying to get there so bad that it's emotional, right? So I want you to pick up the 4 agreements. Anyone who likes, comments, and shares on this post right now, I'm going to throw you into a drawing and I will send you the 4 agreements. So like, comment, share right now. If this brings value to you, please share it with your teams. I don't care what company you're in. I don't care. This is value for you. It's free. But if this brought you any value, please put an emoji down, like, comment. I want you to share this. I will do a drawing later today for the 4 agreements. And if anyone's interested, reach out to me. And if you want to do a private call or anything on team building or things like that, let's do it. I don't care where you're at. I would love to do that, or a live. But it's all about bringing value to everyone, not just one specific team, not just one specific place. That's kind of why I came into this industry. The last thing I'll say is, when I came in here, my goal was to help everyone. Like, what can I bring that I'm good at? And I found out I was good at building people up. And I've always been that person. And I've always wanted to share with everyone. That's why I got in trouble all the time, because I'd be like, well, I'll do your calls. I'll do your calls. I never mind that, because if somebody wants me, heck yeah, I'm going to give you me. If you want me, I want you. Like, that's how I feel. And I think it gets really messy when people want to jump in and say, don't work with this person. And this is the last thing I'm going to say, because it's my pet peeve and I really have to share it. If you're the leader who's like, I make more money than them, you shouldn't be listening to them. Or my rank's higher, you should. I've heard this a million times. Don't do calls with this person. Why would you share her calls? Why would you get on the call with her? I heard that a lot. And my problem with it is I'm here to help no matter who it is, even if it doesn't benefit me. And I would get kind of chewed about that. Like, you need to work with people. And I get it. You don't want to be doing certain activities that really are an energy sucker. But if there's something I can share with my team alongside someone else's, I'm going to do it. If I can go into a large group and share, I'm going to do it. Because if I can give anyone value, I know other people are going to come in for my stuff and give me value too. That's how the universe works. I'm going to give myself to whoever wants it. I'm going to say, yes, I'm going to help you. And that doesn't mean I'm going to personally get on every call. It means I'm going to do a live, or I'm going to share my stuff. I'm going to give you free content, because why wouldn't I? Because that means the universe is going to say, hey, you're going to get some free content from some amazing people too. And I think that's what's important. I think people get really jaded. So if you're a part of that, I challenge you. You need to stop that stuff. Don't look at her stuff. Don't share her stuff. Listen, I'm not reaching out to people to, join my little club and do this and sneak you in. There's nothing like that. If you want my live, go take it. It's free. Go throw it up there. Share it. If you're afraid somebody's going to take my live and want to join me, that means they're not happy. So don't get all wrapped up in that stuff. I've never cared. If somebody came in, let's say this. Let me give you a scenario. If I introduce somebody to one of my friends who's not in my company at all, and this has happened and I never cared. They come in, they do a great live. Maybe it's a dual live. Maybe they do something for me. And one of my team members goes, Shiloh, I haven't been happy in a while and I'm not doing well here. And I really want to give this a chance. Go. If somebody does one live and recruits someone out of your team, or that's what you call it, recruiting, or if somebody wants to leave because they were attracted to that person was already out the door. That wasn't the first step of them wanting to leave, right? So don't get caught up in that stuff. Now, if somebody comes in and does actual like, hey, join my team, and they're taking people, very big difference. That's not what we do. I'm not doing that. I want you to know this is a safe place. You can always lean on me for stuff. You can use my lives and my content, and never be afraid of that. People don't leave places because they're happy. That's the truth. You don't leave because you're happy. And that's nothing towards anyone. This industry is small. This industry is fun, but a lot of people don't stay in the same place forever. And I think we got to be a little bit more forgiving on that and let it go, because I've experienced the same thing. I mean, I've seen lots of people go, and it's okay. Because guess what? One day you might come back around. Create that safe place and continue your relationships, because your relationships are what's important here. You built relationships. You spent time with people for years. And the minute someone goes, all of a sudden it's this little comments and stuff. Just sometimes you have to actually be, how do I say this? Honest with yourself and say, here's what I'm upset about. I'm upset because I'm sad. I'm upset because somebody doesn't want to work with me anymore. I'm upset because I put so much energy into somebody and I can't believe they just go. Instead of saying, you're jumping ship, you're not loyal, the grass isn't greener. Don't use those, because that was you once. That was you once who had to leave. Or maybe you're new and you don't understand. What I say to people is embrace the friendship you built and stay connected. Because it's not always about you. I think what happens is we get a little butthurt and we think it's about us. It's not. Sometimes things just don't work out. That's the answer. So don't be a little monster. Work on yourself. 4 agreements. If you like, comment, and share in this, I'm going to throw you in a little drawing and I will choose later on tonight. And if this brought content, or if any of this content brought value to you, please share it. I think everyone, this is free. Like, I'm here to help everyone. I hope that you enjoy hopping on here. And if I can ever help you, let me know. And I wish you all the best. And if you're getting beat up, stop now. Use those tips. And if you need some additional help or training, private message me after this and I'll give you some advice. Have an awesome day. MLA Challenge Day 2 in the books.